Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone is doing amazing today and had a fantastic Christmas yesterday. I am back after a bit of an extended getaway, which I do sincerely apologize for. I had a little bit of a vacation with my friends, and then, the last week before Christmas, there was just so much going on. I had to take care of a lot of different things with presents and family, and, but, we're back, and we sure do have a lot to go over. And while I was gone, Nova certainly didn't let up on any of the posting, and it's just as pathetic and boring as we all expect from him. So we're going to go over some of the worst TikToks from this past 2 weeks, and to start it off, we're going to go over one of Nova's most recent TikTok videos where he has started another new fucking series. But this series in particular isn't really anything new because he's just opening Pokemon cards with a new title. He's been opening these packs for a while now because he's just a trend hopper and he's going to hop on anything cool because he thinks it'll somehow garner him more views for his dog shit channel. But in this TikTok, he started his new series called Rip It or Clip It, which doesn't really make any sense. You have those two options to rip the pack or to clip the pack. Like clip it like when you clip something, like if you clip something with your car or something like that. Or clip it in Twitch clip kind of terminology, but why does it have to be like that? I would imagine it should be rip it then clip it. I'm not trying to give Nova any ideas here, but this is a trash name for your series. Nova started this new series because he was tired of people berating him in the comments saying that he was stealing other creators' slogans and ideas, which is exactly what he does. This goober's never had an original thought in his life, unless it has to do with diapers.
I got a few packs of Pokemon cards in my stocking, so let's play the new series name, Rip It and Clip It.
So two things really fast I want to touch on. The reason I talked about his title for this series being Rip It or Clip It is because of his caption, which I'm going to put on the screen for you guys right now. In this caption, it shows that, in fact, this is the series called Rip It or Clip It. So while he says here in the start of this video that the series is called Rip It and Clip It, he just messes it up. In his caption, he has it as Rip It or Clip It. In the video, he calls it Rip It and Clip It, which, this could be just grasping at straws here, but this is just a constant thing with Nova. He's always so lazy, and this further cements our knowledge that he is just a lazy content creator. Before I post a video or a TikTok, I go over that shit so many times, making sure I didn't mess up anything, checking on every little imperfection, because I want to put out good quality content for my audience to engage with. This here shows that Nova just sloppily puts together meaningless videos for the hope of it catching wind and continuing to grow his TikTok followers day by day. Because this dude just doesn't have anything else going on in his life. The other thing I wanted to touch on was the fact that he is still doing this watermarking shit. And you'll hear as we continue on in this video that it has in fact evolved.
That's right, I'm done piggybacking off of other content creators' names, so the new series name is called Rip It
Nova and Universe on TikTok.
So, I did get 3 packs, and I opened one off camera and got a Mega Lopunny Normal, which is not that exciting, so I won't show it on camera, but let's hope that I get something nice in these 2 packs.
I like the fact that he has to disclaim the fact that he's not going to be piggybacking off of other content creators' names. I mean, at least he's self-aware enough to know that some of the things that he makes are just general garbage and that it's copied off of other creators. All of his content is bad, all of it's garbage, but some of the things that he just blatantly takes right from other content creators. And I'm sure you also heard that little audio watermark on top of it. That's just so goofy. He can't stop being a public spittoon for everyone to just spit their loogies into. Everything he does just has some way of making people laugh directly at him.
Hopefully, all of y'all had a good Christmas and are enjoying the gifts that y'all got. So far, my Christmas has been pretty meh. And, ooh, got an Ignition Energy. And these were the 2 reverse hollows that were in here. First pack, dud. And now the second pack. Go ahead and get this opened. Hopefully, we get a decent Mega. Throw that away. Ooh, got a reverse hollow trainer. And, normal hollow. This is definitely a dud. Hey, Nova Kadri, signing off.
You guys see that little fucking granny shot y'all at the end there? He was smirking at someone. Whoever it is, raise your hand in the comments down below. Like, let me know who is he smirking at. But anyways, there is just something real nice about seeing Nova not pull anything from these packs. It just makes me smile from ear to ear. I get up and start doing a little dance, professionally hating on this mattress-sized moron. There's also just another thing I wanted to add, which, I watch a good amount of Pokemon content creators. People opening packs, showing off their hits, and, it's well put together good content. They go through their cards, they put the price of the hits at the top, and they talk about the hits they get. You don't see even a morsel of this from Nova. He opens the pack while speaking very little, he fumbles through the cards, and if he says the name of the Pokemon, he usually pronounces it wrong. Then, if he doesn't get a hit of incalculable monetary value, it's a dud card. That's so lame of him. The content he produces can't help but smelling like a pile of poop because it's shit. But we're moving on, we have more Nova content to unfortunately watch. The next TikTok I'm going to show y'all is Nova doing some more Arizona tea drink reviews. He does a little head-to-head between the two teas he's reviewing, and apparently he promised this video. I'll once again show y'all the caption of this video where he said this review was promised. Which, me personally, I wasn't waiting on bated breath to see this diaper diplomat review any tea. While I will watch it, because my objective here is to break down Nova's inability to produce content in a meaningful way, I'm not watching it because Nova finally decided on what two sugary drinks he wanted before 11 a.m.
Merry Christmas to all of those who celebrate. Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate that. Happy whatever else you may celebrate. In a recent video, I said that today on Christmas that I would review peach versus Arizona peach tea. However, I, for the life of me, could not find anywhere selling Arizona peach tea, and I didn't want to pay $50 out the ass for a case on Amazon. So instead, we're going to be reviewing peace tea
exclusive property of the Nova Universe
Arizona's lemon flavor instead.
Exclusive property of the blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, I got a little juvenile there, but damn, bro. You really needed to go this far in order to do what? Adding all these goofy watermarks, and now with an audio watermark? You're making me chuckle here, Nova, with this shit, and I need you to stop. But I do see that Nova finally made a decently smart financial decision. He elected to go with a different tea flavor instead of paying the $50 for the flavor he actually wanted off of Amazon. And, I'm not going to give you a pat on the back here, Nova, or tell you did a good job, because, even a broken clock's right twice a day.
Let's go ahead and crack open the Budget King Arizona first. I was gonna do peace, but Arizona sounds like it's better sense. Very, very sweet, but not too sweet, which I like. And that kick of lemon is very, very refreshing. And now time for peace tea. Oh! Let me do a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh wait, my right arm's kind of still messed up, so let's do this.
Boom, you thought you'd find a Nova video without a little bit of sympathy baiting in there? Nope, you must have been mistaken. Nova's got a little boo-boo on his shoulder, and now you guys get to know about it. But as you can see, guys, this is some pretty lackluster reviewing here. No different from anything else Nova tries, but I always gotta point it out to you guys, and especially if there's anyone new here on the channel, which I'll go ahead and tell y'all to subscribe to the channel. We're pretty cool here, I'd say so myself, so come and join us as we go over the internet's most confusing lolcows.
Yeah. Okay, enough Attitude Era references from WWE. The peace tea reminds me more of a Arnold Palmer than a lemon flavored tea. However, with the Arizona, the tea flavor is much more prominent than in the peace tea. So peace, I'm sorry to say, Arizona takes the win. Once again, Merry Christmas to all of y'all, and I hope Santa got you what you all wanted this year. And if you want your New Year's cameos, go ahead and check out my profile. Hey, Nova Kadri, signing off.
Nova's kind of like the anti-Santa, like spreading sadness and sorrow instead of holly and jolly. You see a big fat jolly guy on a sleigh delivering presents, making people all across the world happy. Then you see a round Discord moderator in a diaper doing the adverse effect. I wonder what Nova got for Christmas. Maybe that's odd to say, but I wonder what Mama Nova got for him. Like maybe a new pacifier? A big box of diapers, potentially? Also, I bet there's a non-zero chance that Nova got his mom nothing. Like, he's always been very uncool to his mom, shouting and screaming in her household, leaving the place an absolute mess. I don't don't know. Nova's an interesting character for sure, so let's move on here and show you something that Nova just recently posted. This right here is a post where he is asking his audience if he should return KiwiCore as a solo project. Now, if y'all don't remember what KiwiCore is or haven't heard of it before, this was a podcast that Nova did, I think around like April of last year. In this podcast, he would go over and talk about different lolcows like Daniel Larson and Joshua Block. Fucking ironic, right? Nova, who is probably one of the biggest lolcows right now, making a podcast to talk about other lolcows. This is also where we would see his 15-year-old co-host that he made these podcast episodes with. Filthy shit. So I'd imagine if y'all are in the same boat as me right here, you're screaming, no, Nova, we don't want to see this podcast. Please don't do that. Instead, go find a real job and stop posting online content, because no one wants to see it. Nothing Nova has to say is anything anyone wants to hear. His perspective isn't infallible. It's not what the people need to hear about topics he wants to talk about, so why bother making another podcast? Make a job application come out of the printer and get to work, Nova. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. It's been one hell of a month so far, so I'm glad I was able to get this video out for you guys. Y'all have been fantastic this year with the start of my channel, really showing your support, engaging with my content. It's been fantastic. We're growing fast here, and I hope to see y'all again in my next video. So until then, enjoy the rest of your 2025. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.